Hi, everyone. So, for today's reading, what I thought I would do is something that I do for myself. So, what I like to do is I like to pull a card for every day of the week, and then I pull a clarifying card for each of those cards. And then I take my day planner and I write out the feelings and thoughts that come into my head when I look at the cards. I write down those thoughts for that day. And then at the end of the day, for each day of the week, I like to take a look at it and just kind of see where the day took me and kind of like how it correlates with what the cards kind of were trying to guide me. I also like to look at that book in the morning and kind of like get myself set up for like, okay, this is what the day is going to look like. So what we're going to do first, my daughter gifted me an amazing set of oracle cards. They're beautiful. And I do love all the messages that I get from them. Sometimes I'll be sitting in my chair and I'll just look over and this deck talks to me. So I thought we would use this as like an anchor card. So we're going to start with the Enchanted Forest, Mystery, Magic, and Excitement. Well, that's a fantastic way to go into the week. Mystery, Magic, and Excitement. So we're going to put this guy here. I don't know if you guys can see him. We're going to put him here for a minute. Probably move him. Okay, so I'm going to use my gold cards because I love them so much. They're my favorite. Sorry, guys. They're my favorite. And I say that because I have so many decks. So what we're going to do again is we're just going to pull one card a day for each day of the week and go from there. I don't read reverse and my cards are all wonky. So if they're reversed, I'm just going to turn them around. So let's say this is for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, move my crystals, Sunday. And we're going to put you guys over there. And then I don't know why I'm laying them down face down, but that's just what's happening. So then we're going to shuffle these a little bit. These are going to be our clarifying cards. And this is the Rider-Waite Smith deck that I love so much. You guys are also upside down. What is wrong with me today? Oh, I have a lot of energy and excitement today. I did my first sound bowl, crystal singing bowl event, and it went fantastic. It's my goal. That's why I'd like you guys to subscribe to my channel so that I could reach as many people as possible to help with healing practices and all sorts of stuff. So if you guys can take a second and subscribe to my channel, that would be super fantastic. And also, I always forget to mention this, that the links to my cards are in the description. So if any of my cards resonate with you and you would like to get a deck for yourself, just go ahead and click on those links. Okay. So we're going to look at Monday. So again, this is a collective read. So if it resonates with you, super fantastic. And it looks like we have the Lovers and we have the Five of Swords. So I think on Monday, be mindful of a choice that you might get to make where you might be leaving a chaotic situation. So again, when you're having to make any kind of choices, I think a best practice is to come from where does it feel right, this choice. Is it walking away? Is that going to be the best choice? Because I kind of feel like there's going to be a situation that comes up for you on Monday and you'll need to make a choice. And the choice I think that's going to probably be best, you'll have to tell from yourself how you feel, is that you may need to walk away from a specific situation. So that's for Monday. For Tuesday, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. So our Eight of Pentacles card is a card of hard work, being diligent, just getting stuff done. So it feels like Tuesday you're going to be pretty focused on getting stuff done. But the Six of Cups is a reminder, take care of yourself, take care of that inner child. As you're working really hard, don't forget to take care of yourself. So Tuesday you might be like extra busy, whether it's work or at home, and you just might, just remember to take a moment, pause, and take care of yourself. So Wednesday, it looks like you're with your seven, you have the Seven and the Eight of Wands. So our Seven of Wands is a card of standing your ground. And it looks like you've got a lot of things going on all at once. And it's positive. The Eight of Wands is a card of action, but the Seven of Wands is a card of kind of possibly sometimes maybe being defensive. If you feel like you have a lot going on Wednesday, again, take a moment to pause and figure out, okay, where am I standing my ground at? Because wherever, so where you stand your ground at on Wednesday could possibly be a very good idea, because it's going to accelerate things that are going to be going on this day and maybe even through the week. So that's fantastic. So figure out how you feel about a certain situation, or what you're actually doing, or what you're working on. And just know that when you commit, that's what I'm hearing, is commit to that goal, to that dream, to that idea. It's going to go fast. The work that you're going to put in is going to make it accelerate. That's how I feel about this. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, this is interesting because I saw these cards earlier on something else and I was like, oh, they kind of go together. So it's the Seven of Pentacles. So our Seven of Pentacles is kind of like thinking, well, I've done all this work on this, and now do I want to go into a different direction? So I feel like Thursday might be a day where it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, might be a day where you're kind of going to be in a place of, I've been working really hard on something, but now is it time to do something else? Or are we forgetting that what we've got is good enough, and we want to stay? So again, it's that I feel like there's a lot of choices to be had this week. So Thursday, just be mindful of the fact that you have been working hard on something in your life. Maybe it's you're working on yourself. And it just really feels like a day of pondering, a day of thought, a day of, I wish I knew which day of the week that was going to be. So what is it? Today's the 18th, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. And so the reason I wanted to know that is when I did the zodiac signs, there was some that was going to have some kind of difficult or challenging days on the 22nd. So this just might be a challenging day where you have to kind of think about how you feel about what you've been doing, and do you want to move into a different direction? Because if you want to move into a different direction, I think the opportunity is going to be there. So let's look at Friday. Friday, we have the Knight of Wands and we have the High Priestess. So our Knight of Wands, I like this because this comes after Thursday. So the Knight of Wands is like in pursuit of his goals with a lot of ambition and a lot of fire and a lot of drive. And I think, again, it's just, I just keep hearing really loudly, it's just go with your intuition, go with your gut, go with the energy of the High Priestess. She's asking you to use your intuition for that new situation that's coming up, that new path that you could do. That's how I feel about this. I just feel like it's going to be ambitious, steady progress, because you work hard because you've got your Eight of Pentacles over here. So that's Friday. So Friday, I think it's going to be a new way that you can kind of like pursue your goals with that high ambition, but use your intuition to see how it feels. So then we get to Saturday. And Saturday, we have the Two of Swords and we have the Ten of Cups. So our Two of Swords is really like a card of contemplation. It's more like a stalemate, indecision. But I think the end result of making a decision that you have to make, because wow, this whole week really does seem like there's a lot of new things coming in that you have to decide, how do I want to move forward? But once you figure out how to move forward, it looks like Saturday is going to be a really great day because you're letting go, and the end result is going to be joyous. Coming together with friends, family, or just coming to peace with yourself. That's a lot of what I'm hearing, is there's a lot of changes happening for you where you're having to make decisions and taking action. Get out of the energy of that stalemate, like which way do I want to go? Take the blindfold off and see that when you come to that decision, it's going to be blissful. It's going to be good. So that's your Saturday. And your Sunday is the Fool. And your Sunday is the Eight of Swords. So I think what this tells me is after everything that you had been through this week, your weekend is good because you're going to not be in the energy of having that stalemate, not going to be in the energy of indecision, and that's going to be a blessed relief. And then Sunday, you're going to be starting a new journey. As long as you remember to be mindful and not get stuck in that feeling of being trapped. You've already been through a pretty busy week. You could just take that blindfold off and realize all of the week's worries are behind you, just like the swords. And so you can rest up and just know that that next week coming up, you get to start on a new journey. I think that is extremely fantastic. All right. So as always, I enjoy doing this for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.